this is the first time I'm doing it, and I have to be real as I can based on following the recipe in the magazine. We are going to test a recipe that I saw in this magazine. This is a very common, most popular Indian dish that you can find, and most of you would be familiar and have eaten it at some point in time. Either you like it or you don't. I saw this recipe in the magazine and I thought to myself, I have to share this with you. So let's get started and get your ingredients ready. Butter chicken. Now this recipe requires quite a lot of ingredients, so let's get the ingredients ready. And I will run through the ingredients based on what is listed here in the magazine. So we have tomato, curry leaves, onion. I'm going to use red onion, a green capsicum, a lemon, green chilies, suggested to use 2 green chilies, a ginger, 1 knob of ginger, 5 cloves of garlic, which I have here, 2 cinnamon sticks, so cardamom pods, 4 of them, coriander for garnishing. This is optional. And of course, we're gonna need chicken as well. Now the other ingredients that is suggested is a tomato paste, butter, which I'm gonna use unsalted butter, turmeric powder, curry powder, which I have in my jar, sugar. I'm going to use cane sugar, cream, suggested to use some cream to make the gravy, yogurt, and the yogurt is going to be used to marinate the chicken, chicken stock to make the sauce, and lastly, which is a very important ingredient, is garam masala. So that's all the ingredients. It is quite a fair bit. So the first thing we need to do is the chicken. So the chicken itself, I'm gonna cut it into chunky pieces, just about that size. So once you have the chicken cut into chunky pieces, the next step is to marinate the chicken by adding curry powder. It's suggested mild curry powder and also add some yogurt. This recipe measurements is all in milliliters. It's not based on teaspoon or tablespoon. It's suggesting to have 15 ml of mild curry powder. So 15 ml is roughly about 3 teaspoons. $250 ml of yogurt. The yogurt in Australia comes in gram. So 1 gram or 10 gram is 10 milliliters. So 500 gram is 500 ml. It's asking for 250 ml, which is 250 gram. Now this is nice and coated. So I'm gonna leave this and let it sit for 15 minutes while I prepare the other ingredients. I'm gonna do the easy one first, which is the green chili. The garlic, it says crush the garlic. So just crush the garlic. For the ginger, it asks to grate the ginger, so I'm just going to grate the ginger. Just going to move this near to the garlic. Now with the onion, it says chop the onion. I'm going to peel the skin first. It asks to dice up the green pepper. Now this is green pepper, in Australia it's called capsicum. With the tomato, I'm going to make a cross at the bottom side of the tomato, and then I'm going to pour hot water over it to be able to peel the skin. Going to put it in a bowl. Going to pour hot water over the tomato. Just going to turn it around. You're going to have a quick look. You see the skin is coming off. Now I'm going to pour the water away. Roughly dice them up. Now that all the preparation is done, we can move on to cooking the dish to make the butter chicken. So the first thing we need to do is to add butter, not cooking oil, but butter. That's the reason why it's called butter chicken. It asks for 100 ml of butter, which is roughly about 100 grams. That's quite a lot of butter, but I'll just follow the recipe. I'm going to add 100 grams of butter. Forget about my cholesterol level today because I'm testing out the recipe. Once the butter is melted, we're going to saute the onions and the green pepper. So keep frying the green capsicum or the green pepper and the onions until they are soft. Add the cinnamon sticks and the cardamom pods, the ginger, the garlic, the curry leaves. Now for the curry leaves, it asks for 15 ml, which is roughly about 3 teaspoons. I mean, how can you actually measure curry leaves based on 15 ml? So basically, what I'm doing is I'm just putting in 1 sprig of curry leaves. I can smell it, it smells beautiful. Now it didn't ask to put the green chili, so I'm just gonna have a look to see if I have actually missed it. The recipe instruction here forgot all about the green chilies. It talks about the green pepper. The green pepper is the green capsicum, but it didn't mention anything about the green chilies. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add the green chili in there as well. And now is to add the tomato paste and the tomato. The tomato paste, it asks for 45 ml. Now chicken stock is a liquid, 500 ml. So I'm just going to add this. Now the turmeric will give it the yellow-orange color. And for the turmeric, it asks for 5 ml. 5 ml is 1 teaspoon. It asks for 10 ml, which is 2 teaspoons. So I'm going to add garam masala now into my curry. Obviously, it will be much better if I actually have fried earlier. This recipe is different. When I read the recipe and I thought to myself, well, it's not going to have a smooth gravy because it has all the texture of the spices and the ingredients. The normal traditional butter chicken, the spices and the ingredients would have been pureed until they are smooth in making the smooth gravy for the butter chicken. I'm gonna use a skillet to brown my chicken. The recipe asks to add cream 250 ml, 1 lemon, 5 ml of sugar. So I have 1 teaspoon over here, and I'm using cane sugar. My gravy is starting to thicken up and it's starting to reduce. So I'm gonna let it keep boiling for another 15-20 minutes and to reduce the gravy a little bit more. And while that's happening, I'm cooking my rice. Gonna let it slowly simmer gently and cook until the gravy is reduced. I'm gonna serve some of the butter chicken into this bowl over here, and then we're gonna have a test. Then I'm gonna garnish with a little bit of coriander leaves, and I'm gonna add a bit of cream, just one teaspoon of the cream on top of the curry. Now I have made my rice. It's a turmeric rice. I'm gonna fluff it out a little bit. Okay, I have my rice and I have the butter chicken over here. Shall we have a taste and test to see if this recipe actually works for me and also for you? Gonna get some of the gravy. Well, okay. I had butter chicken a few times in the past, and the butter chicken at an Indian restaurant, whether it's at a food court or at a restaurant or takeaway, the butter chicken itself traditionally needs to be very creamy and it's rich, and the gravy itself is smooth, and also it is a little bit on the sweeter side. Now this right here is a bit different from what I had before in the past. It's not as creamy and rich as the one that we get at the restaurant or the takeaway or at the food court. However, having said that, it has some textures, and I quite like the textures, be able to taste the onions, the garlic, and also the chili and the green capsicum. So why don't you try making this recipe and let me know what you think about it, and also what you would do differently. If you enjoy watching this video, remember to subscribe and share with your friends and family. My name is Victor Koo. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.